Tokyo, a glowing, pulsing neon heart in a country that's both ancient and hyper-modern. Ever wondered how much it costs to explore this land of the rising sun? It doesn't have to be a wallet-busting experience, trust me. Let's dive into your ultimate guide to budgeting for a trip to Japan, where we'll show you how to experience the best this country has to offer without ending up eating instant ramen for a month when you get back home. All right, let's be real. Getting to Japan isn't like hopping on a bus to the next town. It's a long-haul flight, and those tickets can eat a big chunk of your budget. But don't despair, there are ways to soften the blow. First off, flexibility is your friend. Off-season travel, those awkward shoulder months nobody wants, that's where you'll find the deals. And forget about flying direct. Sometimes a layover in Seoul or Taipei can save you a couple $100. Next, embrace the dark arts of flight search engines. Don't be afraid to play around with dates, airports, even airlines you've never heard of. Sometimes the cheapest flight is the one that takes you on a little detour. And don't forget those budget airlines, they might cram you in like sardines, but hey, you're on a budget, right? Just make sure you factor in baggage fees. Nobody wants to get stuck paying $100 for an extra suitcase full of souvenirs. So you've made it to Japan. Now where do you lay your head? Forget those sterile, overpriced hotels. We're going for something with a little more character. First up, hostels. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, bunk beds and snoring backpackers, but trust me, Japan does hostels differently. Clean, safe, and often surprisingly stylish, they're a great way to meet fellow travelers and save a few yen. Feeling a little fancy? Try a ryokan, a traditional Japanese inn. Tatami mats, sliding doors, maybe even your own private onsen. It's an experience you won't forget. And for the ultimate budget traveler, there's always the capsule hotel. Tiny, futuristic pods, not for the claustrophobic, but definitely an experience. Remember, you're not here to spend your time in your room, you're here to explore. So pick a place that fits your budget and gets you out the door and into the heart of Japan. Let's face it, one of the best things about Japan is the food. But all those Michelin-starred restaurants and fancy sushi joints can add up. Fear not, because eating cheap in Japan is an art form in itself. First off, embrace the convenience store. Forget those sad, fluorescent-lit boxes back home. Japanese convenience stores are a wonderland of cheap eats. Onigiri, steaming hot buns filled with savory fillings, even decent instant ramen. You can eat like a king for under $10. Next up, the street food scene. From yakitori stalls sizzling with skewers of grilled meat to steaming bowls of ramen that'll cure any hangover, you'll find incredible food for pennies on the dollar. And for a real local experience, hit up the Depachica, the basement food halls of department stores. Think gourmet grocery stores on steroids with everything from fresh sushi to exquisite Wagyu beef. Grab some takeaway and find a park bench. It's a feast for the senses and the wallet. Japan has one of the best public transportation systems in the world, which is good news for your budget. The train network is extensive and efficient, whisking you from city to city with ease. Grab a Japan Rail Pass if you're planning on doing a lot of long-distance travel. It'll save you a fortune. In the cities, subways and buses are your best bet. Learn to decipher the maps. It's a puzzle worth solving. And don't be afraid to walk. It's the best way to soak up the atmosphere and stumble upon hidden gems. If you're feeling adventurous, rent a bicycle and explore the back streets. Just be prepared for some serious hills. And for those times when you need to get somewhere fast, taxis are readily available, but be warned, they can be pricey. So you've got your flights, accommodation, and food sorted, but don't forget about those sneaky extra costs that can creep up on you. First off, entry fees. Temples, museums, gardens, they all come with a price tag. Do your research and prioritize the ones you really want to see. Next, souvenirs. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement and buy a suitcase full of trinkets you'll never use. Set yourself a budget and stick to it. And don't forget about pocket Wi-Fi. Staying connected is essential these days, but those roaming charges can be brutal. Rent a pocket Wi-Fi device or grab a local SIM card. It'll save you a lot of headache and money in the long run. Remember, it's all about prioritizing and making smart choices. You don't need to spend a fortune to have an incredible time in Japan. So there you have it, your roadmap to experiencing Japan without selling your soul to the credit card companies. Remember, travel is about immersing yourself in a new culture, trying new things, and pushing your boundaries. You don't need a fat wallet to do that, just a sense of adventure and a willingness to embrace the unknown. Now that you're equipped with this budget guide, Japan awaits you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more travel tips.